What's up, everybody? Just kind of thought about this. I kind of do a lot of videos as I'm driving, don't I? Whatever. Wrap up for last week. We had a pretty productive week. Besides all the training, we did a couple of PT events for HHC, for the company. We did one where they had different stations around the post, just around our area, and one of the stations, the station that I ran, was the weapons. It was a lock and clear the weapon, disassemble, reassemble the weapon, and a functions check. And we did it on 3 different weapons: the M9, the M4, and the 240 Bravo. And let's just say it didn't go as well as I hoped, as I expected. Didn't go bad, but you can tell that things like that are a perishable skill, and you need to get your hands on that equipment as much as possible to make sure that you're just utilizing the equipment, and the equipment, your systems as well as possible, and make sure, even though you don't use them a lot, make sure that you get to get your hands on them, and just make sure you know the basics. So then on Thursday we did a NCO PD, NCO professional development, and we covered, it was about an hour long or so, and there was a few of us, and we covered leadership, specifically leading leaders. And so I kind of wanted to think outside the box a little bit. A lot of the instructors, or the presenters, they covered what was in the ADRP 6-22 and the FM 6-22 leadership development. But I kind of wanted to think outside the box a little bit and bring in some other things. And what I covered mainly was about making sure that leaders have the freedom that they need to have in order to accomplish the mission, the resources that they need, give them the increased responsibility for leaders to accomplish the mission. And then our CEO came up and had a few words on some key things that he thinks leaders need to have. Excuse me if the video bounces a little bit, because I have it on a mount in the car. But one of the things I think nobody really covered, and I think is a key factor in leadership, is humility. And I think that's something that the CO needed to bring in, that I needed to bring in, that everybody needs to bring in, is humility. If you're not humble in your leadership, and what it does, if you're not humble, you stop training and you stop learning. You stop training is hard. You sit back and you think, well, I know this stuff, so why do I need to train? Especially people that are getting higher up in rank and longer in their careers, and they start thinking that they know everything. Well, maybe you do, maybe you know a lot, but it doesn't mean that you don't stop training, and it doesn't mean that you stop training with your subordinates. And people who aren't humble, they don't train as hard, they don't train as much. They lose those. They have those skills that are very perishable. Those basic skills. And I think if you aren't humble, then, and I think one of the Jocko Willink podcasts I listened to, he said it quite eloquently, was, if you're not humble, you will be humbled. You have to realize that just because you've been in it for a long time doesn't mean that you're going to be the best at it all the time. You still need to train, and you still need to focus on your skills. So humility is a huge factor for a leader, especially a leader of leaders, whether it be officers, enlisted, civilians, whatever. But it's just something I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's we're gonna have a good week this week. We have another. We got some more training coming up, and we got some. I think some rappelling we're gonna do on this week also, and so I'll catch you guys later. All right, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and share my video. Give me a comment. Send me a video, or I'm sorry, send me an email or something, and comment on the video. Let me know if you guys like what I'm talking about. If you disagree, if you agree, you know, I'd like to have a discussion with you guys. So love you guys. Don't forget to share, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. All right, I'm out.